Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the fresh. It's the KRUZE review. I'm fly for QNY.
And TP.
Yeah. Back with another one, man. You know what I'm saying? Back with a smacker. You know what I'm saying? Dirty New York. No, I love me some dirty New York. Man. I don't know what this New York is. Got me stuttering and all of that. You know. Yeah, ain't nothing like dirty New York. This is like, you know what I'm saying? The red MTA trains era. You know what I'm saying? The Apple train era. You know what I'm saying? You really dirty New York. You already know what I'm talking about. For you ones that don't know, I ain't even going into it. But you ain't even gonna understand. You might want to turn this channel off because this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? It used to be some records that used to ring off. You know what I'm saying? It used to, you know, first it was caused a little controversy. You know what I'm saying? It was this record that popped off in, you know, in the clubs. You know that beat. You already know what I'm talking about. This is the record that caused controversy. After this record,
you love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when.
Went to this record.
Yo, what's up, Blast Master KRS1? The jam is kicking. Word, yo.
Just giving y'all a rundown for the ones that don't know. Because for the ones that don't know, you know what I'm saying? The first record came from the borough of Queens, which you already know I represent. Second record came from, you know, the birthplace of hip hop, the BX. You know, that's what that represented. But this record is a record that a lot of people ain't even heard. And, you know what I'm saying? That time, when this record used to ring off, it used to change the, you know, the aroma in the air. We'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't even heard this record.
Brooklyn's in the house.
People think Annie Up was the first Brooklyn anthem. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I know it's people on here who are like, yo, you can't be that old. You know what I'm saying? You was young. Yeah, I was young, but I got older brothers and sisters, and then, you know, they told me around that time it used to be a lot of chain snatching, you know what I'm saying? A lot of snuffs, a lot of $150s to the face. When that song came on, it changed everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was even, you know, niggas in the Bronx was running away. You know what I'm saying? You know, they used to say Quiet Queens, you know what I'm saying, was running away. Staten Island wasn't even worried about niggas in Staten Island because they wasn't even around. You know what I'm saying? Niggas uptown was, you know what I'm saying, getting out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I played those records for a reason because those records represent dirty New York. And this artist we got today is bringing back that feeling. You know what I'm saying? He's from the borough of Brooklyn. Sorry, I couldn't. It's hard for me to get that off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Let me tell y'all something about Brooklyn. You know, since, you know, because there's going to be some ones on here say, oh, here you go with the bias stuff. I give a lot of respect to Brooklyn. First of all, I got a lot of family from Brooklyn. A lot of family from Brooklyn. Brooklyn was actually the first place that I heard Run DMC in Coney Island. I didn't even know they was from Queens. My cousin from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my cousin Big Kev. He the one that told me, you like them? I was like, yeah, they hard. He said, they from Queens. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where I started my representation for my borough. Because, you know, I was at a young age and I didn't even know they was from Queens. You know what I'm saying? So from that situation, I give a lot of respect to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, you know, one of the best places to, you know, shop right now. Dirty New York, you couldn't shop in Brooklyn. Couldn't do nothing in Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn it's a different place right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I said all of that to get to the point to where I'm at now, you know, with this artist. You know, this artist is, you know, bringing that feeling of dirty New York back, you know, and he sent us his album early to, you know, get reviewed for us to, you know, give our A&R perspective. You know what I'm saying? What you got to say, bro?
Yeah, this artist is a recent participant on the Battle of the Bangers.
Absolutely.
That wasn't his first entry though. You know, he had maybe one or two more features on Battle of the Bangers, but like bro said, this is an artist request.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, yeah, man. He's been around for a minute. My first introduction from him was probably on the Funk Flex mixtape.
Yeah.
I think I had talked about that from another track that was on that album. I think I had mentioned something about that. Matter of fact, I think it was him that I mentioned about that same track. But yeah, that was probably my first introduction to this artist right here, man. You know, straight out of Brooklyn. You know, I don't know if he's on the Bed-Stuy side or he's on the Brownsville. I think he might Brownsville maybe. Yeah, you know, I could be wrong, but yeah. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like bro said, you know, we gonna get into it. You know, we got the famous K7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tracks.
Oh, I ain't even tell the people who it is.
Yeah.
The Bad Seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a new album. What's it called? Four Finger
Ring.
Yeah, Four Finger Ring.
You know, that's another dirty New York statement. You know, for niggas don't know nothing about the Four Finger Ring, what they used to do. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it. There's different ones on here, you know, that is gonna, you know, basically define why this title, you know what I'm saying, is a unique title that stands out. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no biased perspective. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying, D-riding perspective. This ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Over here, you know what I'm saying, you either straight up, you know what I'm saying, or you get thrown out the window. Ain't none of that. It ain't no yes man, you know what I'm saying, or he my homeboy, or it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? This is an honest view, honest perspective from the listener's ear. You know what I'm saying? And just because you don't hear these records on the radio, don't make them disqualified radio records. You know what I'm saying? You are now tuned in to KRUZE Review Radio. So, with that being said, we're going to get into this first track.
Yeah.
The Four Finger Ring album. You know what I'm saying? From the Bad Seed. The Complex Napoleon.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Niggas be rapping like the shit they be lying about when they cap for life. What you think? That they like. It's a fucking sacrifice. They put kids around demons and pass they white. Cause nothing suckers in the afterlife. On sight. Shoot them and boot them like it's prom night. My shooter.
Yeah, I know this is actually number 2 track on the album. The first record intro was Anxiety. And,
Yeah.
When that came in, I was listening to that, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? And it came off. I was like, damn, he should have rhymed over that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kind of threw me off a little bit, but I mean, when this came in, this was an ear catcher too. The sound sounded real like vintage and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Kind of remind me of like a Smack DVD or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
They running, they watching them drop like they the far side. Separate his arms from his side. Apartheid. Throw him in the car. Take this dude for a long ride. He ain't lead, but he major and he the fall guy. Chicken biscuits and the small fry.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the record was a pretty dope record, man. It was just one of those, you know, let me reintroduce myself, you know, to the people, you know what I'm saying, to the listeners, you know.
Yeah.
For the ones that do and don't know me, you know.
Absolutely.
I think overall, starting off, I might give it, I say between a 7.8 and a 8. Somewhere between there. What you think?
Yeah. You know what? When this first came in, the sound of it, the feeling of it reminded me of, you know, 50 Cent The Future. Remember what that used to feel like? You really on your mixtape, you know, game, do you really know what that felt like, you know, with those records on there, just the hardness from it. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect performance record. You know what I'm saying? Like to call itself the Diddy Bop King, you know. I'm gonna get in my A&R bag, you know what I'm saying, and step out of it for a minute, you know, because I think you need to create, you know what I'm saying, the Brooklyn boom bop. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it had me doing over here. Had me rocking from side to side like a, you know what I'm saying, performance kind of method. You know, when you on stage getting the crowd into it. This is one of those just come out, right out, even if they don't know, you know what I'm saying, who the Bad Seed is. They still gonna bop their head to it, especially if they, you know what I'm saying, a boom bapper. You know, the cadence along with the sound just pulls you in. The chorus is not a difficult chorus, but it's something that can, you know, catch the ear and the mind of, you know, somebody that ain't even, you know, really involved in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, believe it or not, especially now after the pandemic era, going to shows, and a lot of people don't even know who these artists are. You know what I'm saying? You might get a lot of, you know what I'm saying, wifeys with, you know, going to these shows with, you know, what they do or whatever. You know, you might get a lot of, you know, believe it or not, there's a lot of boom bappers, you know, that are females that might bring, you know, bring a dude to the show he might not know. He might be a commercial listening, or listener or whatever. You might like the commercial artist. You don't know who underground artist, is. This might pull him in. You know what I'm saying? So to have that kind of, track that you could listen to, you could ride to, still be a performance record. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Especially for these people that are not strictly underground listeners. This is one of those records that could pull them in, depending on where it's placed at. You know what I'm saying? So with everything there, I'm gonna start off with an 8.2. Yeah, straight up. So we're gonna get into this next record off the K7, which is Just Be True.
Loyalty isn't some open-ended thing that just goes on forever. Because technically, some people just don't really make sense for your life and the new season, the mind and the space that you're in.
Ain't much. I promise I'ma spit the fire, but this a business deal, shit is real. I need you to. Been a long road and they get tired. Is you down to what? Round it up. I need you to.
This was a dope, dope record. I like the sample in it. Yeah. Of the woman saying just be true.
Man, they gon' bump this for a couple days. That's how the ball bounces. That's how the music plays. Fans ain't fans no more, like they ain't knew the phrase. Drop now, later they talk about a newer wave. Album after album from niggas, don't matter who the name. Fans can't process it all. It probably ruined brains.
I like how he kind of built his concept around that. Around that statement, that was pretty dope.
Absolutely.
This was. I think I would step this one up. When this one came in, I was like, okay, yeah, this was the one I was really, feeling.
Yeah.
Not to say I wasn't feeling the first one. It was just when I heard this one, it was like, yeah, okay.
Grabbed your attention.
Yeah, but. I would step this up, man. This will probably be an 8.2, 8.3.
Yeah.
For me, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. There's an open field right now, open space for dirty underground street MC. There's a lot of ones that's qualifying for it, the spot. But ever since rest in peace Prodigy left, that spot is still open for business. The Bad Seed reminds me of, not to sound or take it there, because I don't want to offend nobody if, do go that way on a homophobic wave or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if Sean Price and Prodigy had a, baby, it'd be the Bad Seed. You know what I'm saying? He's right in the middle of that.
I got a comparison too, but I'm gonna save mine for the next record.
This was incredible, man. Simply incredible, because to formulate the sense of loyalty and dive deep in that, and from an MC's perspective is really dope. That's an area that's missing. That's something that Prodigy was amazing at. You know what I'm saying? This record reminded me of like a Havoc production with the Slight Alchemist production.
I try to tell them, but none of them like that. And I don't try to sell them no dreams or no pipe rap. There's way too many rappers. In fact, the shit type whack. If you a fan of mine, scream it out to the lights crack.
Yeah, we back. But It had that feel to it. It had a the Mac is back type feel to it to me. You know what I'm saying? So let me dig into my A&R bag real quick. Get in my pocket. I would love to hear, you know what I'm saying, you redo the Mac is back in the future. Maybe an EP, maybe some records off of there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these records got that same kind of element built to it. You know, so I like to hear that. You know, from a listener's, from a customer's perspective, so to say. But yeah, you know, with everything in this, man, it really ain't nothing, you know, to review or to rate, because everything was damn near perfect. The sound of it wasn't, you know, overly long. It wasn't overly, you know, short. It was, you know, just enough. The chorus wasn't overly, you know, chorus. You know, everything was right on. So with this, I'm gonna give this an 8.3. Yeah, you know, everything was you know, perfectly tuned. Everything was. So yeah, let's get into this number 3, which is called The Alchemist. Let's get it.
Die, you go to hell, simple facts, don't even act. Rubber grip flow, those shots, nigga, no backseat. Fuck you running with, little nigga, bet I can match these. All black champion hood, see on the black sleeve. Ass in the trunk for breeze in the back seat. No back and forth with the bars, to me it's not right. Rather take your head off your neck, right at the stoplight.
This is definitely a high key record, man. Soon as this came in, it had the ODB quote on there. Then when he came in and started rapping, and then especially when the chorus came in, it reminded me of one key artist, man. You know, once you hear this, you're gonna be like, I ain't ever think about this. With the beat and everything, this remind me, the Bad Seed reminds me a lot of Method Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah, like the Cal era.
Yeah.
You see that.
You know, like a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Once this beat came in, I was like, you know, you always try to, you know, find some type of comparison with an artist.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I was like, you know what? He reminds me a lot of Method Man.
Yeah.
You know, a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Smooth criminal, knife into you, peroxide. Potato over the barrel, the shit is not fried. Everything I spit is the news, nigga, I'm Fox 5.
So, you know, when I heard this, I was like, okay, yeah. So, I mean, this was just one of those gritty, grimy sounding record, man. And it can be a performance record, you know, get the crowd hype. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of those type of records. But yeah, I would give this record probably 8.2, 8.3. You know, once again, it's, you know, consistent.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is one of those A-Train dirty New York smackers, you know, when the lights go off and snatch your chains. Took me back to Albee Square Mall, D-Seps era. You know, had that dirty feeling to it, you know. Like I said earlier, you know, there was a certain time you couldn't go to Brooklyn. You know, this is one of them records that represents that. You know, if you ever seen the movie The Warriors, you know what I'm talking about. You know, they had to go, you know what I'm saying, from basically, you know, a train ride from the BX all the way to Coney Island. This is what that feels like, you know what I'm saying? They had to fight their way through, you know, to get back home. And it wasn't an easy path. This is what that sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, and it does sound like, you know, a record that could have been on Tikal. You know,
Yeah.
maybe featuring Street Life or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I absolutely agree. You know, but again, it's really not too much to review. You know what I'm saying? The rhymes is definitely on point. The cadence, you know what I'm saying? The concept of what, you know, he was talking about, he's giving you that dirty New York feel, you know. There's a lot of parts in Brooklyn that's gentrified. I will say that. It's the truth. You know, it's not me taking nothing away from the borough. But I'll tell you one thing, there's a lot of parts of Brooklyn that ain't gentrified, you know what I'm saying? And that's East New York and Brownsville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the grimiest parts of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? That ain't never changed. This is what that sounds like right here. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Straight up. So this is one of them, you know, this record could come on after A&rs Up. After you done, you know, got your chain snatched. You done got kicked in the neck with the Timberland boot. You know what I'm saying? When the Alchemist comes on. You know, give me that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You brought wifey to the, you know, to the club with you. Give me your chain too, and everything in her purse. This is a stick-up record.
Can this be a tunnel?
Absolutely.
Tunnel record.
That's you see, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know what I'm saying? They need to bring the tunnel back. Records like this, artists like this. You know what I'm saying? You got this New Music Tuesday with, you know what I'm saying, Flex Hogan, you know, trying to bring the city back in his own way. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Let's do a New Music Friday with underground artists. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. What DJ gonna accept the challenge for that? You know what I'm saying? Don't be coming over here stealing no Battle of the Bangers picks either. None of the artists. Cause I'll take a flight up there and smack all y'all niggas. Tell them Bad Seed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with this one, I go one step higher. I go with an 8.4 just from the way it sounds, because, you know, you could put this record on a lot of albums in 94, 95. You can put this record on a Redman album. Yeah. Like bro said, you can put it on a Meth album. You can put this on a Wu album. You know what I'm saying? This sounds like something the RZA would have produced.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With
that grimy, you know, raw sound. So, you know, just to be able to dig back in that bag that's amazing, man. Because a lot of artists, they can't, and they, you know, they decide not to even do it. You know what I'm saying? Which is tragic. Because this is what, you know what I'm saying, boom bap and hip hop, this is what it should sound like. Straight up and down. So let's get into this next record. Number 4, yeah, it's Bloody Rain.
Want to hear me on this? Bloody rain falling on the city. Blood rain falling on the city. Bloody rain falling on the city. Car crying, ground shaking up. We dying over pennies. Sodom and Gomorrah, gotta warn them. Zion gon' end me. Little man was sick, shot to death in front of Denny's.
This is a high key record for me. It's probably my favorite record off the album.
Nigga, the truth sucks. Imagine being 9, going to school. Cool stuff. Somebody come and shoot it. Killing people that you trust. Friends, teachers, janitors, everybody. The news trust.
And this is one of those, I guess, semi kind of conscious type of records.
Absolutely.
You know, where he's talking about the streets of, you know what I'm saying, New York, and things going on in the city. You know, rest in peace, K Slade. Because, you know, this is like one of those records that, you know, I can hear K Slade, you know, talking over or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Could be a you know, a feature record for like a Papoose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another Brooklyn night. Papoose. But yeah, this was another key record for us, mainly because actually he's got a subject matter on here talking about the many things that's happening. You know what I'm saying? But still keeping it kind of up tempo. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the dope part, is that, you know, still keeping it able to, you know, listen while you riding, you know, got your head nodding. I would give it another 8.2, 8.3.
Okay.
Consistent. Yeah.
When I heard it for the first time, I was blown away just by, you know what I'm saying, the subject matter, man, because a lot of artists shy away from, you know, this message and what, you know, he's talking about. You know, especially the message, you know, speaking about God and, you know, how, you know, all of these things on earth is, you know, really disappointing God, and God's crying. I thought that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is something that could pull, you know, the older ones, you know, that is not really into hip hop in, you know, to listen. You know, even, you know, the churchified people like Kurt Franklin. This is one of them records that probably will blow him away just by, you know, the subject tone and what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things happening on earth right now that is ridiculous. You know, and more artists need to dig in that bag and you know, speak about these things. You know, just the way that the earth is moving right now, and the directions is just sickening. It makes you sick to your stomach. So, you know, to dig in that bag, man, it just shows the amazingness of the artists of the bad seed. You know what I'm saying? I would give this record, you know what I'm saying, a perfect 10.
I don't be on no preacher shit, so I ain't preaching shit. These my thoughts, you got your own, so yo, to eat your shit. They be calling my age old, I'm glad to reach the shit. It's a young nigga right now, getting his speaker clip.
Wow.
Just by, you know, the way that, you know, the track sounded, the beat and everything, the way it was produced, it was very high keyed, mixed, sound great, you know. But one thing that caught my attention, you know, from a listener's point of view, and this is how you could tell that I'm in my A&R bag, and this, you know, separates my ear from a lot of people's, you know. And I'm not trying to, you know, say this from a conceited point of view or anything. This is from a real listener's ear, is that the fact that, you know, how powerful this record is, it also, you know, with the power it possesses, it could be a performance record. Just the way, you know, the chorus was, you know, bloody rain falling on the city, God crying. Just to do that, and the way that sounded was, man, that was one of the amazing things in which caught my ear, and I'm sure would catch anybody else's as well. So, you know, that was an amazing add-on, you know, to put that in there. So for that, I give it a perfect 10. Perfect 10, hands down, straight up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a little intermission. We'll be right back. Yeah. So we're gonna get into this number 5. What is this, number 6? Yeah, I think this is number 6. Yeah.
Oh, is it 5? It ain't.
No, it's 5. Number
Yeah,
5.
five,
Number 5. Yeah. Building Fame.
Yeah.
I'm rapping BK like I'm Bill and Fame. Rapping niggas face up the cellophane. Swing first, catch him cause I don't know what to tell a lane. This for my niggas that got hella grades. Andy up, it's gonna be better days. This 4-5 got the job and he automatically get a raise. Chain on your neck getting snatched, then it's getting the praise. Catch you outside, should've invited a lie over. Start motor, AKs flipping your car over. Mash out, stand by Brooklyn niggas with cash out. Real shit, set out that man mouth.
Yeah, man. Shout out to MOP.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I like how he paid homage on that record, man, to MOP, Bill and Fame.
Brownsville's finest.
Yeah, man. You know, that was another performance like like a up tempo.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a high energy.
Absolutely,
You know, it's one of those high energy type of records, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, reminiscent of like a MOP.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't really too much to go into it. You know, it sound like it can be like one of those mixtape type records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it got the little scratches in there, where it pulls the beat back, kind of like, you know, be on a Tony Toka or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Tony Touch, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Static Selector, something like that. Yeah, man. So another solid record for me. I would give this probably the same, probably 8.3. It's consistent.
Yeah, it's definitely consistent. Yeah, definitely consistent. This was just a headbang. You know what I'm saying? This is just one of them alludes to, you know, a great duo. You know, if you're an MOP fan, you gotta love this. It ain't no way that you can't love this and you know, be an MOP fan. This is just performance to the maximum. You know, just, you know, showing love and respect to, you know, ones that don't get enough of it. You know what I'm saying? I can hear a remix with this with Fred Fox on it.
Oh yeah. OG Freddie Fox.
Yeah, shout out Freddie Fox, you know what I'm saying? Coming through. What you say?
He from Brooklyn too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Smashing the concrete. You know, definitely. Yeah, like bro said, it ain't really too much to put on it. It is what it is. I'll go with an 8.4. Yeah, 8.4 on it. So now we're gonna get into this number 6 record, which is She Gang Gang. No, think about you actually.
Yeah.
Think about you.
Send me his finger in an envelope, man. All bloody and shit.
It's to all our fallen soldiers and soldiers.
R.I.P. Mama Meg. Everybody lost their mama, I said my regrets. R.I.P. my big bro G. That nigga been a vet. Nigga fix anything from your car to your internet.
That nigga fix all that.
R.I.P. Doc Ock, the heart of that.
That definitely reminds me of like a Wu-Tang type of record, man, especially on the production tip.
Yeah.
Just the, you know, just the sample and the way that was, you know, formulated definitely can sound like a RZA type record.
Absolutely.
Something else too it remind me of too, you know, I don't know if you remember this, you probably do, that show New York Undercover. Which is one of my, you know, all-time favorites, you know, from back then. You know, kind of the song remind me of, you know, during the show sometimes they have that scene where, you know, they got some music playing or something. You know what I'm saying? That's what it take me back to.
R.I.P. Doc Ock, the heart of that. On that show and party shit, that nigga Spartacus. Rock the house.
Yeah, this was a very, I guess, personal record. He was shouting out people that was close to him that had, you know, passed along. That he shouted out a couple of, you know, rappers, Guru, Sean Price. You know, note too is like, you know, usually when an artist make a record like this, it's kind of like a, I don't know, the beat is kind of like a slow tempo. It ain't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like this one, you know, you still able to bop your head. And another record that remind me of Method Man also too. You know what I'm saying? Still gives me, you know, kind of Method Man type of vibes. But me personally, I think I would give this record probably like an 8.4, 8.5.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is definitely a high key record, man. I really respected this record because, you know, everybody's dealing with something in a different way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things he pointed out in this record, man, was, you know, a lot of stuff that, you know, people are going through. You know, right when the record came in, he mentioned, you know what I'm saying, I believe it's his mom's, you know what I'm saying, and he alluded to, you know, if anybody's, you know, lost their moms, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, you know, I'm praying for you, basically. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no feeling worse in the world than losing, you know what I'm saying, your mother. It's a difficult thing to transition, to go through. It's a difficult thing losing anybody. He also alluded to losing, you know, his son. You know, that's unimaginable, man. You know what I'm saying? Grieving is one of the most difficult things in the world. You know, people think you acting funny. You know, people put different titles on you because, you know what I'm saying, you rather stay to yourself, you know what I'm saying? But the last thing people, you know, think about, and the last thing that comes to mind is that, you know what I'm saying, you're going through something that you can't even explain. And that's what he pointed out a lot on this record, you know, with the losses, man. There's so many people in this world dealing with losses right now, you know. But what I took from this record is, you know, the outro, when he wasn't even rhyming, when, you know, he was explaining, you know, the details about this earth again. And, you know, how he was, you know, asking the question, you know, is this really what it's meant to be with the earth? You know, do you want him here? Do you want him suffering? You know, and those are questions that you ask yourself when you lose somebody.
Like it's like a lose-lose. Like it's like, yo, do you want your people to still be here? The world is fucked up. You want them to still be here, or are they in a better place?
And, you know, that's questions, you know, that, you know, for the past 2 years, I had to ask myself about, you know, my mom not being here anymore. And it really came to mind, and I had to really update my thinking in myself and to really, you know, think on a positive level, you know, to really help my grieving process, to know my mother wouldn't have wanted to been here for COVID. She wouldn't have did it. She wouldn't have stayed in the house. My mother would have had the worst problem in the world, not going to the store. So, you know, I'm glad that my mom didn't have to go through that time, because she wouldn't have been able to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that she didn't have to experience that. So, you know, I felt every detail about this song. You know what I'm saying? This is one of them that brings, you know, tears to your eyes and stuff, you know, from, you know, the way that you are grieving, because there's so much truth in this record. And to be open like that from an MC standpoint, man, yo, that's amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? All of these labels and people listening, if this song isn't amazing to you, something's dead ass wrong with you. Like, you don't have no feeling in the world. You don't have no emotions in your bones whatsoever. Because this is an amazing record, you know what I'm saying, right here. And, you know what I'm saying, it's unrateable. Because it's just amazing. I'm not even going to put no number on this, you know, because it's amazing. That's it, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. But we're going to get into this last record, which is called She's Gang Gang. And this is number 7 off the K7. She Gang Gang. Let's get it.
Yeah. With or without one another. Why not try?
Yeah. My son came in like. Met her on the C train, headed to the city. Shorty had a fat butt, real big titty. Yeah, I could tell she was hood, but Shorty was mad pretty. Got off at the stop I did, it's mad lit. Shorty laughed all at the gun. I ain't a proper dude. She said to get to the box, I got a lot to do. Then she asked if I knew the flavor. I said it's chocolate, boo. She said nah, could never be seen on the block.
rock with you.
Yeah, that was a storytelling record, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we end up selecting that one because that displays his his storytelling ability.
Absolutely.
Then plus, I like how he kind of, with the title, he mixed it with, I guess, the newer slang or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, the actual track to me is vintage. I mean, to me, it's another one of those tracks that reminds me a lot of Method Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe what's the You All That I Need, the first verse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was another one of those, it's another high key record for me on the album.
Yeah.
I think I would give it probably, I say an 8.3.
Okay. Yeah, man. This reminds me of a familiar record. Bro, probably forgot about this. This reminds me of Trike Life off the Infamous.
Yo.
Prodigy's verse, so to say. When they basically talking about, taking a trip to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bagged his shorty, you know what I'm saying? And he took the team with him and, he had to look out for, the Bucktowners. If you don't know what Bucktowners are, you just, you lost, man. That's a statement to represent, the Brooklynites or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But basically, he was talking about the lineup. And this what this was, you know what I'm saying? He started off on the C train going, you know what I'm saying, uptown or whatever, meeting the shorty, banging shorty, you know what I'm saying? I miss those days. Sort of used to be a challenge, just, used to get enthused by the challenge is just seeing if you can get it. It ain't even the fact, you know what I'm saying, of, yeah, I'm gonna knock her down. It wasn't that for me. It was more the challenge just to see if I can get the number. That was, that's what got me high. I don't, the other niggas is different, but I ain't grow up like dick niggas or whatever. So, but yeah, it just brought me back to that. But I like how he flipped the story, you know what I'm saying, and basically talked about the lineup because, up top that happens a lot, and it's been happening for years. I know many niggas that got stuck in the projects or for shorty. They had to call somebody from their borough, you know what I'm saying, the cousin or, you know what I'm saying, somebody from that borough to get them out the situation, you know what I'm saying?
A personal story about that.
Absolutely.
To one of your rappers. But shout out, shout out to him though.
Yeah.
This ain't a shot. This is just, it's just facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out Matt Hoffa, because Hoffa actually was talking about that recently. One of his mans had to call him, you know what I'm saying, to go get him out, and come to find out when he went, it was his cousin that was holding up the building. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it definitely happens a lot. But this was dope, man. This was a dope concept. You know what I'm saying? Just from the storytelling, way they did it was dope, man. But I think I would end this out probably with like an 8.5. Yeah, 8.5.
Okay.
I'll go with that. Overall, with the tracks that, wasn't played on here, overall, this is what I'm gonna say. This is probably the best underground street classic that we heard this year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So far as the ones that Reva now, I can't shit. I can't remember all from January to now, but yeah, it's definitely one that stood out.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is top tier. Yeah,
this is the probably the most underrated, album we reviewed this year.
That definitely most slept on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely can say that 100%.
Yeah,
the most slept on.
Absolutely. But I would love to see, and I would love to be behind it. Actually, I would love to bring the Bad Seed down to the South to do a show. Because we need more of that in the city right here. And a lot of underground MCs up top need that representation as well. Just to bring that boom bap sound wave back. But yeah, I would love to see that happen. But yeah, I wouldn't put a number on it, but I would say it's definitely, right now the best underground street classic album that that's been reviewed, this year on here. What you say, bro?
Yeah, overall with the songs we ain't played and everything together, I think I would probably give it maybe a solid 8.2, man.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's a good rating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just like bro was saying, this is the most slept on record that we've done and probably we've heard thus far this year.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard another record that hasn't been put out there on the forefront. Yeah. That, ain't too many people talking about.
Very much so.
So definitely.
Yeah, man.
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. But shout out to the Bad Seed. Thanks for sending in this entry. Yeah. More than welcome to send us, more, whether, it's album tracks, EP tracks, mixtape tracks, Thanks for shouting us out, giving us this opportunity, man.
Yeah, much love.
Yeah, much love, man. Keep banging them out, and hitting them niggas in the head and bringing that dirty New York sound back, straight up. Next album, nigga, I want to see, the red iron horse train on the cover, nigga. Tell them niggas, yo, 4 Eye Fly told me to do this, My Queen's brethren told me to, bring the apple, cider back to him. Yeah, call it apple cider. That's a hard title right there. That's I'm in my A&R bag right there, straight up. But yeah, nevertheless, you rocking with the fresh. I'm fly for QNY
and TP.
Out of here, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get y'all niggas, some boom bap in your system, man. Straight up. We out of here, yo. Easy.